It's time to relax. Popeye's still live. He's still doing his show. But I have to go to other programming. So he's still going on Rumble. He's still doing his show. With his fiancee, Rad Chick, Christina. They were talking about Fukushima and how it's still affecting the environment. She's big on that. She did a lot of research on that. So I had to say goodbye to them, but they're still going. It's kind of weird because it's 12:03, but it's going to be 3 a.m. when it's 2 a.m. So it's going to be like, it's going to get late quick. It's going to be like 1 minute it's going to be 2 o'clock, and then it's literally going to be 3 a.m. because the clocks go forward, spring ahead, and it's going to be like, shit, it's already 3 o'clock. And we got to get the body used to that adjustment. I got to move this. This is like in my way. There we go. All right. Kick. Oh, Kick is working. I don't know. Stuff has been glitchy lately. Even Rumble, I had to help Mark D'Antonio tonight with his stream. But I had to show him what he's not doing. He says, so he should be fine now. So he was happy about that. His videos weren't appearing because when you set up a stream, you got to make sure you hit a little plus sign to show that your stream is there. Otherwise, people ain't going to see it. And it's like, I was wondering why nobody's seeing it. Well, that's the reason. So at least he should be fine now. And he was streaming as of like 9:45, but I had to go to work. But he should be fine. And I wouldn't be surprised he's still streaming. We're not doing a show tomorrow because Kriston is doing a special show. And the BBC is setting this all up. And it's going to be KGRA, but the BBC is taking the KGRA feed for their own use for a documentary. So that's kind of interesting that the show tomorrow, clips will be used for a BBC documentary. And of course, it's KGRA, so that's pretty cool. All right, so what am I missing? Rumble? Yes. Yeah. So that's at 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And you can see it on Rumble. Look for KGRA. At Global Radio Live on X or Twitter X, or on the website, kgradb.com. And that's tomorrow at, well, technically now later today. And the BBC he's going to be having people that were involved in Kenosha, the whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing, because that's going to be the focus tomorrow of this show. But the BBC, and I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this, this is going to be part of a documentary that they're working on. So this is going to be interesting. On the Utah side, they're going to take phone calls. They set up a professional studio for them in Wisconsin. BBC did. This is going to be a major production tomorrow night. And I got to do that. So I had to tell Mark, and Mark understood because he already spoke to Kriston about it. So Mark will not be live tomorrow in his normal time slot. Kriston's going to be live in that time slot tomorrow night. So Just letting anybody who's interested know that that's what's going to happen. And like I said, tonight, it's after midnight. Excuse me. And it's going to be like 3 a.m. before I know it because the clock's at 2 a.m. But I already moved the physical clock because a lot of our clocks automatically adjust now. In your car, like in my car, tomorrow it'll be automatically adjusted. All our devices automatically adjust, phones, tablets, computers, everything else. But it's these physical clocks. The one hanging on that wall, for example, that's really big and heavy, and it's not easy, but I already did it. And then I have another wall clock in the kitchen. But that's it. Everything else I don't have to worry about. It'll automatically change. Even the station, what runs the station, automatically makes that change. So, what's up, UFO bro? Oh man. I'm telling you. I had a great conversation today with Kathleen Marden, Sev Tuck, and Earl Grey Anderson. They're both of MUFON. But Kathleen is their mentor. Wait a minute, you're 3:30 in the afternoon. Where the hell are you? Australia? Where are you, UFO bro? What the hell? That's gotta be like Australia area. If it's like 15 hours, 15 and a half, that's where are you? What's up, The Rage? I knew it. I knew you were in Australia. I had a feeling. It must be funny hearing a person, forget about an American, but a New Yorker with my accent talking. It must be like, I can't understand a word he's saying. Oh my gosh. Well, you got a guy out there that does a lot of work, Peter Maxwell Slattery, does a lot of UFO stuff in Australia. I think that's his name. He's been on a few shows. Also, like, she was just on, I spoke to her, Mary Rodwell. There's actually a few from Australia that do a lot of research. I'll tell you ahead of USA. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I had a great conversation with them today because it's a long story and I don't want to get into technical details. But, you know, I'll discuss it at another point. Basically, what's happening is we had a MUFON show, but the hosts left. So there's going to be a new set of hosts doing the show. So I've been working with them. Oh, my God. And they're going to launch April 2nd, Tuesday, 8 p.m. And pretty much... Oh, shit, I got to make sure I play the right one. It should be this one. I don't know where it's going to come up on what monitor. I have 4 of them. Oh, shit. That's weird. It was showing here, but if it showed up over there, that's kind of weird. There we go. From the hidden corners of government files to eyewitness accounts of everyday people, dive deep into the mysteries of the galaxies. The Mutual UFO Network has been uncovering our galactic truth since 1969, and now we share that truth with you. Welcome to MUFON Contact Radio, with your hosts Earl Grey Anderson and Sev Tuck, exclusively on the KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network. So buckle up, Buttercup, and join Earl and Sev on a voyage through the universe with MUFON Contact Radio. So Sev and Earl are the new hosts for the KGRA MUFON show. And they are awesome. Oh, they awesome. My gosh, we had a meeting today. It was supposed to be only a half hour, turned into 2 hours. And then Kathleen Martin got involved. I love her to death. And we are good friends. And of course, we know that she worked in collaboration with Stanton Friedman, the late Stanton Friedman. And Kathleen's been going through some issues, but she's back. And thank God for that. So they're going to all be at the MUFON Symposium. Well, that's my voice. So I don't produce it because that's my night off. Chanel, who does a tremendous job, she produces that show. But it's coming back in April. And then they're going to do shows every 2 weeks. 2 other hosts are doing the other 2 other weeks. So it's 1 week it'll be Earl and Sev. The next week it'll be the other 2 hosts. Then Earl and Sev, they're going to rotate because they're just they're just busy. So there's a lot going on here with Pine Bush. We're pretty much set up. It's not officially announced, so I have to be careful because I don't like putting things out there before it's officially available, like to see. But there's a new film out, documentary, and it's available on Amazon Prime for rental. And it's called Transmedium, Fast Movers, and USOs. It's a film by Darcy Weir. So Darcy's going to come to Pine Bush, show the film. Some people that were involved in the film will also be there. There'll be a Q&A panel afterwards. And there may be some surprises. I can't talk about that, but there could be some surprises, cool surprises, post movie. People Zooming in or Skyping in or whatever I decide I'm gonna do it. Because believe it or not, I'm the guy who does all the technical stuff when these conferences go on. I've been involved with Pine Bush now for 8 years. At the beginning, someone else was doing the production, let's call it. The audio, slideshows, PowerPoint presentations. It was a mess. And my friends that might pop into the chat if they come around, they will tell you. And they used to tell me, Bill, take this over. Take this over. And I did. About 5 years ago, maybe 6. It's definitely, and I'm not saying this to brag, it has definitely been a major night and day thing. People actually are enjoying it. It's professionally done. So I'm very involved with that. I'm the guy who helps get the speakers every year. So let's just say that I play a very big role in Pine Bush every year. Now this year I'm not going to do any recordings. I'm not even setting up a KGRA table. This year I'm going to go and enjoy myself. Now I'm going to help everybody, of course. And I'm going to help them with their PowerPoints and doing all that stuff. But I'm going there not to record, not to film, nothing. I'm going there to help, but also to enjoy. Because I never, ever get to enjoy and relax. Never. So this year's gonna be, hopefully, I say that, but I'm sure something will come up that will change. So like, this is an example. Now, I look like a wreck in this video. And I'm just being honest. I mean, I look at myself and I'm a fucking mess. I'm taking much more better care of myself now. I lost a lot of weight. I had my teeth redone. I had a major overhaul with the body. And I look at this video and I'm like, what the fuck? My hair's all disheveled. I'm a mess. So this is just a snapshot.
Got the wrong one here.
Oh my God. The late pioneer Lee Spiegel. And I have his presentation. I have the whole presentation. It's never been seen. I have it. And he did it based on his work at the UN in the 70s when he actually, he's the one, he really is the mastermind that made it happen with Grenada. I think it was Grenada, where they sponsored what he wanted to do, Jacques Vallée and Stanton. I don't know if it was Stanton or J. Allen Hynek. I can't remember who were involved. But he was Lee Spiegel. I can't say enough about that man. And getting to know him on a personal level. Because like right here in this video, I'm helping him get ready for his presentation. This is the Pine Bush Convention Center you're looking at right now. And I was in shock. I was crying when I found out that he passed away. It was so sudden. But anyway, this is a little clip from when he was there, I think in 2021. And he passed away last year in August. So yeah, here's a little.
It's like, evidence this kind of goes against the idea of government or military.
I need you to tape this down for him. So, because God forbid he hits it, it's going to fly. So just tape this down. I'll hold it.
She's amazing, Marianne Robb.
For this, yeah, this is just some...
Okay.
So you're seeing Marianne Robb and Bill Skywatcher doing their magic. Bill is working his butt off, as always.
Yeah, I don't think I can
Lee
go
Spiegel
higher
set
than
up
that.
for
It's going to have to stay
tonight's
there.
presentation.
Done. I want to make sure.
That's Richard Dolan.
All right, it's right across... Yes, it's right across the street from the high school. I'm really having a great day. Not so much.
Is that
Lighting and everything. You got to tell me brightness.
2-3 years later, he announces American troops invading.
Now, you need to see the whole table. I'm going to have to move it. Is it still focused? Like, not blinking?
It's blurry, but it's not blinking.
How's that?
The doors back here are focused.
All right.
If you want to keep going, I can tell you when it.
Marianne?
What's that?
We need Marianne to sit at the party. Well, it's great to have Alan B. Smith here and all the people that are going to be speaking here tonight. You're going to do a round table.
So there's Richard Dolan, Mark D'Antonio, Martin Willis.
No, it's going to be you, me, Mark, and Martin.
And there's Lee Spiegel, and that's his wife, Lorraine. I actually got on Richard Dolan's case. I was like, dude, you don't have to speak till later. You'll see. But this is the Pine Bush. This is early before we're all prepping. And what I did is I had Lee Spiegel, Richard Dolan, Mark D'Antonio, and Martin Willis do a 30-minute thing, again, that was never seen. It's never been seen. And I have it. I've never played it in its entirety, but I have it. It's about the Hudson Valley and the UFOs and all that, but let me continue.
She usually doesn't come to the event at night. She usually does her daytime
And when
thing.
we're done with this, do we have a little bit of time off? I think we do.
You don't speak till 9:30 tonight.
So I tell Richard, he's like, do we have a little time after this, a break? And I'm like, dude, you ain't got to speak till 9:30. You got plenty of time. But we can talk like that to each other because we're all friends.
Martin Willis is here. A lot of KJR representation. And Ron Yacovetti and Luis Gonzalez of the EVPI team, Entity Voices Paranormal Investigation. Why I say investigation? Because I was with them at the Kreischer Mansion. But it was kick.
This is the fair.
We've got rule of law. And
Look at me standing on the side, making sure everything is working. There's Richard Dolan doing his little presentation outside. So I'm like overseeing everything that goes on. I'm like, oh my gosh.
something approaching some kind of rule of the people, the demos, the democracy. And that's what we have.
We want to enlist and recruit more scientists.
Look at
Really,
Lee.
what a concept. We want more scientists now to take a look at this, take it out of the hands of the military, and let science get into it. And we'll keep you posted. We want you all to continue flying the friendly skies. I mean, that's what they're basically saying.
That's my camera. Mark Antonio, me and Alan, Lee, Chris DePerno, so much. She's amazing.
And Anthony Simonelli. Oh my gosh, Anthony. And he was awesome, by the way, too. Great guy, great person. I'm glad I got to meet him.
Yeah, so Alan B. Smith did that for me as a tribute so I could have it, which was really cool of Alan to do. But anybody that knows me knows that I don't stop. I'm a machine. I never rest. I'm always running around and going crazy. What's up, Michael? And Bob. But that's just a small little example of the insanity. But for this year, I'm going low key. I'm going to enjoy. And it's funny because, like I said, I've made a major... What's up, my May 92? I made a major transition for myself because I couldn't stand seeing myself look like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, now it's a lot fucking better than what I look like there. I mean, I lost a lot of weight. I'm taking care of myself. I want to keep doing this for a while. So, taking care of myself. But I've got a lot of clips that nobody's ever seen. Pine Bush, the conferences, the presentations. Now, I could show them here. I filmed them. I recorded them. It's been out. I've had it for years. You know what I mean? I've got all this content. Do I want to spend the rest of this night showing them? No. And it wouldn't be fair to show little clips because you have to see the whole thing. Like, believe it or not, that was one of Lee Spiegel's last presentations. And I have it. The whole thing. Never been seen before. Nobody has it on video. Only I do. I mean, that speaks 1,000 words right there. That's one of Lee Spiegel's last presentations he ever did before he passed away. And it's sad. Like when I went to the Kreischer Mansion with the Entity Voices Paranormal Investigation team, who are all amazing people, by the way. And I've got this is just a picture. Oh, it's a video.
Wall.
This was captured in the it's a video, but it's
Wall.
I tried to get it. It was like a little being in a room, and it was being picked up by that device, and there was nothing in there. it looked like a little boy, but the more I look at it, it kind of almost looks like a fucking alien. I'm just saying. It was pretty intense. Now, I don't know if this is what I think it is.
So I'm up here
Oh my God.
in the tower, fire tower.
So I'm afraid of heights. I really am. Certain heights. Like this high, exposed, I'm afraid. If I climb up a ladder 30 feet, I'm good. If I look down a cliff, I get a little. But this, going up a fucking fire tower. Has anybody been up a fire tower before? Where you don't see anything but the surroundings. When you climb up a fire tower, it's like you could see right through it. The steps, there is no protection on the sides. It's like open. Everything's open. It's, if you are afraid of heights, you are dead. I went up there and I swear to God, I was cringing. I was freaking out. It's okay when you're climbing up because you're not looking down, if that makes sense. When I was walking down, I was going real slow and I was like, holy shit, what did I do? When I got up there, it was 30-mile-per-hour winds. You could hear the wind in the video. I was freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? This is like 100 feet high, a fire tower. But you could see, and there's a host. His name is Kriston T. Harris. He was here as I was taking him around. He's on the ground dancing while I'm freaking out up there because he's enjoying that I'm freaking panicking, and he's getting a big kick out of it.
Let me tell you, if you have a fear of heights, this is the place you definitely don't want to be. These stairs are super narrow. It is so crazy. I'm actually shaking as I film this, and it's windy. So I'm only going to film just a couple of seconds because it's almost like I'm hyperventilating while I'm up here. But you can see the beautiful scenery over here. It's absolutely stunning. So I'm getting the hell right down because I'm actually flipping. All right, that's it. And there's Kriston down there. Let me zoom in.
He's freaking.
Let me zoom in. Kriston T. Harris is right down there. Look at him. He's all the way down there, folks. He's all the way down there, and I'm all the way up here. All right, I'm going to stop recording now. Thanks.
Yeah, so.
I'm sorry. Wall.
Hold on, it's gonna. Let me just stop this.
Oh, sorry. Wall.
It's gonna keep looping. So he, and that doesn't show him dancing. That's not the clip. But I was flipping out there. I was fucking flipping out. It's almost as bad, and maybe some of you've definitely seen this, but it's almost as bad as when I did this, when there was a tornado that hit over here and a tree almost fell down my house. But you want to see a cringy moment? Right there. That's me on the ladder with a fucking chainsaw. A ladder on my roof to cut a branch. Let me see. Here we go. Oh, I'm coming down. Wait.
Rain, I think.
Here we go.
All right, there you go.
Let me tell you. First of all, that's real stupid.
Uh-oh.
First of all, that's real stupid. Because the ladder shifted with the weight of the tree. And it was scary. That was not a good moment. It was not a good moment. Let me see what this is. That is crazy because I was looking for this fucking video for hours the other day.
The pictures were Eventually.
And there's a funny moment here, and I gotta.
Yes, in the back.
The sound sucks. So Lee Spiegel was asking me, Bill, I need a podium. I can't do it without a podium. So I went looking in the museum, the Pine Bush Museum, and it's got tours going on. That's Linda Zimmerman, by the way. She's awesome too. So there's tours going on, and I'm like, fuck, how the hell am I gonna find this podium? Where is it? It's not like I could just walking around the place and try to find this podium for Lee. And I'm sweating my ass off, like trying to find this podium for Lee. And he's bugging out. He's like, he's going next. Linda's done. So now it's Lee's turn. And look at the timing. Lee's getting ready to do his presentation, and look at me in the background carrying the fucking podium out from the back of the museum. It was perfect timing. And I was looking for this clip because I need it.
And here's the hero of the whole day, Bill Skywatcher. A hand for Bill. Hi everyone, how are you doing today? I just want to see a show of hands.
You see? Isn't that a cool moment? The timing was impeccable. Because just as he's ready to start speaking, here I come with the podium. And he was happy. He was so happy. That is a personal feeling with him, with Lee Spiegel. I can't believe he's not here anymore. It makes me freak out. I get emotional. I don't want to get too involved, but thank God I found this. I was looking for this. I had taped this with I had my phone. The audio is horrible, but I taped pretty much everybody, but the audio was terrible. That's not the good stuff that I have. What's up, Taxa? 12. But I will one day show these clips because you've never seen them. And it's interesting. I have Dolan, I have Lee, I have Mark, I have so many people that done presentations at Pine Bush because I filmed them all. And I have them. So at some point, I'm going to share them with all of you. But it's going to take time because I have, like I said, I have a lot of them and I don't even know where they are. I got to remember where this is because I need to edit that. It's an E drive. Now I know where it is. Thank God. I even tape the air shows. When I go to the air shows, I love going to the air shows. I love it. I love going to the air shows. Oh, love it. Look at that. I think that was the Raptor. It could have been the F-35. I don't remember. Now there's music on there. We're on YouTube, so I can't play that because there's music playing in the background. When you go to an air show, they got the music going on. But I love going to the air shows. One of the best, believe it or not, the Red Arrows from the UK, they were phenomenal. Oh my gosh. And the way they communicated to each other, because you can hear, it's on the PA system. You can hear how the pilots are talking to each other, and they have such a great sense of humor. Yeah, I think that was the F-35. I have so many of these, but they have a sense of humor when they're talking to each other. It's so cool. I got a big kick out of that with their Red Arrows. But it's incredible when you're at an air show, and I always get VIP. So I'm like right there, front row, right near the runway. And I'm telling you, it's amazing. It's incredible. It's like going to a NASCAR race if you're into it, and I never got good like close up, but still in Daytona, it's one thing to see it on TV. It's another thing to see it in person and hear it and see actually how fucking fast these cars are going. It's incredible. And people might find it boring, but I'm telling you, in person, seeing NASCAR is incredible. That I think TV takes away from that. That's one thing. Like baseball, hockey is different too. But for NASCAR, to see it on TV is one thing. It is a great experience in person. And the size of these speedways, raceways, is unbelievable. How massive they are. I couldn't believe it, how big Daytona was. It was amazing. If you're into that stuff, if you're into that, like car racing and all that, go to a freaking event. You will not regret it. It's really impressive. That's 109. Which one is this? That's 134. That's Lee's. I think this is Lee's. Oh, that was a show. Okay. Well, I don't even know why that's in here. Oh, here it is. This is the one.
Well, hello, everybody. I actually want to first ask you, I want to follow up something that April started to talk about, because I always like to do this. I'm very happy to be in Pine Bush. Pine Bush has been in the news a lot in recent years. I want to get right down to the heart of something that I like to ask people about. And so I did this earlier today in the tent, but it might be a whole new group of people who are here tonight. But I will ask you the same question. How many, I want a show of hands, how many of you have ever felt like you had any kind of UFO experience whatsoever? Now keep your hands up. How many of you reported it? And there go the hands. That's always fascinating.
Oh my God. So I have his whole presentation. As do I have so many other people. Like this one, I've never showed this, and this is interesting. It's a half hour.
We're jumping in. I'm taking this one. I'm here with Lee Spiegel, Mark D'Antonio, and Martin Willis. I'm Richard Dolan, and we are here in Pine Bush, New York. Actually, Crawford, which is right next door to Pine Bush.
Pine Bush is a hamlet.
We're doing the Pine Bush, which has had the annual event going for several years. I don't remember how many. We've all been here, and now we're here to talk about the Hudson Valley UFO flat of the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
We've just been hanging out chatting. We didn't even know we were on.
Yeah, we didn't know we were live at all, but the thing is...
It's better that way.
Well, it kind of is, I mean...
That's because Bill threw this at them at the last minute. I said, guys, would you mind doing this together? And they didn't say no. but it was not planned. It was my idea. Now, that was the first time I had those wireless mics. Shame on me, but it was a learning experience for me. First of all, moving forward, I have to get, which I haven't yet because I haven't used them. Again, I haven't had the need. The foam things for the microphones. That's a must. Another thing too is I got to tell people not to bang on the table because the mics are sensitive and they pick all that sound up. They can't touch the table. So I need the windscreens, the foam windscreens for all those mics. They're cheap. They're dirt cheap. But I learned from it. I was like, fuck. After I recorded, I was like, what a mistake. Yeah, we had the Raptors and, it's always the same ones at the air shows, though, here. UFO. It's the Thunderbirds. It's the Angels, the Blue Angels. And, yeah, they bring in the 22, the 35. They have classic aircraft that they show. It's not that, they don't change that much. They bring, like I said, the Red Arrows were here from the UK. One year they brought the French one here. They bring that international blend to the air shows here too, which I haven't looked at 2024 yet. And I don't know if it's available yet, but I want to go again because it is so much fun. Yeah, you've been to Daytona, huh, Michael? It is incredible. But again, these are examples, like the content that I have, that nobody's ever seen. And I have it all over. It's all over my computer. I mean, I would have to really look because I could tell already I'm missing segments.
Hi, everyone. Hey, big thanks to Martin Willis. I had a little technical glitch here. I did not have a way to connect my computer to that screen. Martin, thank you. And I promised to give you back this neat little doohickey that you lent me. But, boy, it's nice.
It's true because, a true story, I had to run to a Walmart with my friend Eric to get the same adapter for Lee Spiegel. He didn't have one. So at 10 o'clock at night, I'm going to a Walmart dressed as a Men in Black because Eric and I and a few of us, Mark D'Antoni, a few of us were there as Men in Black for a party the night before the main event. And I'm going into the store with Eric and we're dressed as Men in Black. We look like the Blues Brothers. And people were looking at us like, who the freak are these two? It was actually really funny. What's up, Madi? There's a lot of cool back behind the scenes moments that go on and you treasure them. And like this one, and I'm not showing them because no time. This is Mark.
So let's welcome Mark D'Antonio. Yay.
Use this mic.
Oh, you want?
I use podiums. Thanks. Thank you very much. That's very kind.
Now, Mark, I have to say, he's incredible with his presentations. You're going to learn. It's education on steroids because he has so much that he gives out. You have to really, but he also brings a lot of humor in his presentations. He makes it entertaining. But my gosh, a treasure trove of information. It's definitely incredible, his presentations. But I got a bunch of these, and nobody's ever seen them because they're not public. Linda Zimmerman. This is during the pandemic, and I was there in person with Mark. She wasn't.
Thank you, everyone.
She did this.
I want to thank Lance for putting this all together, and Bill, who we've struggled through some technical challenges to bring this to you tonight. So I hope you're all having a good time. I heard rumor of eclairs being there, so I'm sorry I missed that, but I hope you're all enjoying yourselves. So I am going to switch to my.
She is a legend in this area. As a UFO researcher.
Where can I put my post office jacket
What are you talking about?
to dry? You don't
Put it in the bathroom, in the other bathroom, because it's warm in that bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hang it over there.
Yeah.
But like I said, I have a lot of these. Now, I did 16 interviews last year in Roswell, but I have not yet seen them. Which I hope at some point I get to see them. Or at least send me the copies of them, because I would like to have that in my possession. If you're not going to do nothing with them, send them to me, please. To share with everyone. That would be pretty cool. So there's a lot more out there. And hopefully one day it'll be released, or I'll be able to share them. So, I mean, I interviewed Nick Pope, David Childress, Bryce Zabel, Ben Hansen, so many people. One of the fun ones was with, I can't think of his name. He was so cool. He does a lot of research in the UK. Great guy. I see his face in my mind, but I can't remember his name. Just a great guy. And I have to contact him. I have to definitely contact him, see how he's doing. But he does a lot of great research in the UK. So I had fun interviewing quite a few people, too, at Roswell last year. But this guy, he was one of my favorites. Out of everyone, he was so cool, and his name is at the tip of my tongue, and I can't think of it. And there's no way I could search for him because I can't remember his name. Oh, his name is on my poster. Alexa, brighten the living room light 50%.
Okay.
There it is. Graham Rendell. He signed the poster right there. Everybody did. Nick, everybody that I interviewed signed this poster. That is a treasure for me. You cannot see it, but that's a KGRA banner. Oh my God, that light is bright. They're all on there. All the signatures are on that. Nick Pope, everybody's on there. Mark, Bryce, David Childress. Oh my God, I can't even make out some of the signatures because the way they write. All your work. Something for all your work. I don't even know. I can't even read it. But there's a lot of signatures on that poster right there. That's like priceless for me. It's nice to see that. And they're really nice people, I have to say. Hold on. I'm having a problem getting my camera back. Oh my gosh. All right, let's just go to camera. Okay, good. I can make it small again. Alexa, dim living room light 50%.
Okay.
Graham Rendell, that's his name. What a great guy from the UK. Really nice guy. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Roswell twice last year. Matter of fact, this is a Roswell shirt that I bought outside. I said, I need a shirt from Roswell. It glows in the dark, too. But this is a Roswell. It says it at the bottom. You can't really see it, but Roswell, New Mexico, right there at the bottom. I saw the shirt and I said, I want that shirt. It's totally me. Tie-dye looking, glow in the dark. Oh, yeah. This is 100% me, this kind of shirt. There is a little activity on the screen, not much. Now, remember, for those here in most of the states in the United States, we have to spring ahead tonight. So at 2 a.m., got to put the clocks ahead an hour. For those who still have clocks on their walls or your devices automatically update, your car, most cars, vehicles, things will automatically make that change. But some of the stuff, like this, my Rangers watch, this has to be changed. So tonight we lose an hour. So at 2 a.m. it'll be 3 a.m. Or it'll be late immediately. It's like, shit, it's already 3 now. So that's why I'm taking it easy tonight. No, I usually have a beer or two on a Saturday night, but not tonight because it's going to go so fast. It's going to be 3:30, 3 o'clock, 3:30 before I even know it. In 1 hour, it will be 3 a.m. That's crazy. It's 12:54. In 1 hour, it'll be 3 a.m. So that's a little change, little quick adjustment to make. For a person like UFO Bro in Australia, it's his afternoon. It's not a big deal. For us, getting that adjustment. Oh yeah, the PPP is different. The PPP actually makes me relax. It brings down the stress. Now, the weather has been brutal here. The flooding. Thank God I checked again because I had a river coming down. The drain was clogged again. And it was insane. The water coming down. I had to put my boots on. I had to step in a foot of water to clear the drain. It looked like a freaking river. It was incredible. The wind will be bad tomorrow night into Monday, Michael. 50-mile-per-hour winds is what they're saying. Then next week it'll be in the 60s. But for the next few days, it's going to be nasty. Today was brutal. Horrible out there. The wind is going to be an issue tomorrow night into Monday. But then by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we'll be in the 60s. And nice. And I have to charge all these batteries for the drone. I definitely want to go out there and mess around with this drone. I haven't even touched it yet. You got power flickers? I haven't even gone there with the drone yet. I'm still waiting for other pieces. I don't want to touch it until I get everything, including the case, the extra props, and there's something else I ordered. I can't think of what the hell else it is. The case, the props, you have encountered shadow beings when I was 5 years old, and no lie, because my mom and aunt were witnesses. Dude, I totally believe you. Because mom can tell you, like, the stuff we've gone through. And as a little kid, I used to tell mom, I hate to say it, but I say, Mom, God is an alien. Little kid, I don't know where it came from. And to this day, I don't know what made me say that. And mom didn't like it. You know, raised as a Catholic. But then she had her own experience, and then now she understands kind of why I said that. It's kind of a weird thing. So I get it. And the thing is, we all have our personal experiences. And yeah, there might be a rational explanation to it. But your experience is your experience. And no one can take that away from you. People can mock you, make fun, call you this, that. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you know and what your experience is. I couldn't care less what other people say or think, because my experience is my experience. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to take my word for it. All I know is I know what happened. It's good enough for me. That's the bottom line. You don't have to convince anyone. You know what I mean? You're wasting energy. But you know what? Knowing you've had that experience, this is just like my own opinion. Man, you have no idea until you have an experience like I've had. You cannot even imagine how it changes everything. How you look at things, it changes your perspective. It can change a lot more than that. It really can be life altering, because you're experiencing something that is not in the normal realm of existence, like surroundings. This is something else. And when people have that kind of experience, then they seek others who've had experiences, because everybody now is looking for those answers to those questions. Did you ever see this? What was your experience like? You know, you want to go to talk to people that you can share and talk about it without being ridiculed or called whatever. And I think that's important, because there are people like us who've had experience, sightings, whatever. Like I said, a lot of people I talk to in Pine Bush, they tell me about their sightings, and it does sound like it's a plane or something else, natural phenomenon. But then some people tell me things that I'm like, wow. And you could tell by their body language and how they speak that they truly believe in what they're saying. You know, like, this is truly an experience that they really believe in. So who the hell am I to judge them about their experience? The same way, who the hell is anybody else to judge me about my experience? I'd be a hypocrite. So I have an open mind. And, you know, at the same time, it's good to be skeptical, because it's healthy. You want to try to eliminate all the other possibilities before you reach any kind of, okay, now this is something else, conclusion. You want to be logical, rational, you know, but sometimes you go through the checklist and all those are eliminated. Then what? So then what the hell was it? So again, I talk to people that have never had an experience. And they say, well, why haven't I had an experience? Because you didn't. Maybe one day you will. But you haven't yet. But I have. Numerous times. Even in this house. Same with mom. Over my house. Next door. Things happen. And you know, what do you do? It's not easy. Because people ain't going to believe you. They're just not. Too bad. The main thing is, I know. And that's why I'm so into this. I'm going to PPP. It's why I'm so into it. Because I want answers just like everybody else. And I truly believe that hopefully before I die, that it's going to get, I'm going to find out for myself. I truly hope that that happens. Because right now, it's like, I've seen stuff, I've had lucid dreams, but dreams are dreams. I don't care what anybody says. Dreams are simply just that, dreams. You can't put them any other way. Oh shit, I'm gonna have a fire here. You know, our dreams, lucid dreams, they just feel very real. Sleep paralysis, all that stuff. That doesn't prove anything to me. Even though I've had many of them. It's just a dream. But when I see with my own eyes, the stuff that I've seen, with other witnesses, and I'm like, okay, now, what is that? What could be causing that? When I seen, and my mom's friend was there too. One day when he comes over to stay over, I'm going to get him on because he was there too. And I'll let him describe what he's seen on the beach in Montauk that night because he was there. And I don't even know if that's something he would want to talk about. I'm sure he would. But to see that, the entire night sky lighting up with different colors, blue, red, yellow, green, all these colors in the fucking sky. It looked like something out of Close Encounters. And it was right over the ocean. And I made a joke with a flashlight. I'm going to call the aliens because of my experience in 95 when I saw a triangle or boomerang, whatever it was, in New York City in the Bronx. I did it as a joke. It's now on the beach. There's no light. It's completely dark. All you see is the glow of the campfire. You cannot see the water. You can't see anything on the beach. You can't. It's completely pitch black, dark. It was a clear sky. The moon was setting to the west. Too far south for an aurora borealis. This was no fucking aurora borealis like you see on the screen. These lights were flashing. It was incredible. What the fuck? What? I don't want to curse, but what the fuck could that have been that caused all those lights in the sky? Fireworks on the ocean? I mean, what the freak? And the weird thing is, orbs above my house in a triangle way. It was a low cloud covered, and they slowly went up the clouds. I have a video of something weird like that, but not like, because this was a low cloud, and I caught something in the cloud moving. It was weird looking. I have a video of that. Well, I have footage of that. But Mom ran to the hotel room. All of us were standing on the beach like, holy shit. A guy came afterward that lived in a house past the dunes, and he goes, I don't want to sound like I'm crazy, but did you see anything over the ocean? And we said, yeah, we were right here. We've seen the whole thing. And he said, I've been living here 20 years. It's a small town. People talk. He didn't want to tell nobody. It became a whole big thing. But, yeah, you have experiences. A lot of people don't. But some of us do. And it changes everything. And that's why what you're saying, UFO bro, it's so important that I try to do as many sky watches as boring as they can be, even when there's no meteor shower, just to put my camera out there and see if I catch anything. Even seeing a stream like this, you never know what you're going to see. You just don't. We could all be sitting here right now and see something move 180 on that screen and say, okay, is that a drone? Did we just see a drone? Because that, drones can do that. But it would definitely be something of interest if we saw something on this screen. And this is an airport with not much traffic on it, obviously. It'd be interesting to see something on that screen. Because there's not much air traffic here. And I don't think there's any civilians playing with their little drones. So it would be, okay, now what is that moment? Same thing here in the Hudson Valley. This area they still say it's active. There's a lot of reports that come into MUFON still about this area. So people are still seeing things here. So that's why I need to be out there with my camera. Even if I'm just sitting here being bored and putting music on just to keep time passing by. I hear a lot about that volcano connection. I hear a lot about that UFO. But I'm going to show you a couple of clips because I showed them to Sev and Earl earlier today. Like, Mark D'Antonio told me this is a meteor. Now, it could be. It's low because you can see the clouds around it. It's moving kind of slow for a meteor to me. This is my opinion.
It was recorded on September 15th at 9:27 p.m. Eastern Time using my
That's not moving too fast.
SCB-2000 security camera. I use those cameras for sky watching. I have 4 of them.
I slowed it down
this
there.
Object was captured. The
Now,
following object was recorded.
This is real speed. A meteor moves that slow? And look at the cloud. Look how low it is.
On September 15th at 9:27 p.m. Eastern Time using my Samsung SCB-2000 security camera. I use those cameras for sky watching. I have 4 of them. This object was captured on camera 4.
I slowed it down.
The object is recorded in black and white due to the IR filter being removed from the camera for better lower light visibility. It was, I would say it looked at the distance to be
exactly
at around cloud layer or near cloud layer. The object does not look like it is a near Earth orbit object, so it does look closer than that. It was moving slow. In my opinion, this is definitely not a plane. I've recorded many planes in the past, satellites, meteors, etc., even bugs. Nothing comes close to this object. It does not leave any visible plume, though when it does travel through the clouds or near the clouds, it illuminates the clouds and does leave a ring type aura effect or plume as it passes through the clouds. So my final determination, in my opinion, is that this is an unknown flying object. The terminology specifically UFO. I'm not claiming it to be an alien craft. I just do not know what type.
That's why UAP came out, because the government accept that terminology more than UFO, unidentified aerial phenomenon, or whatever, anomalous phenomenon. But that is curious. And in the beginning is the real-time clip. It's not slowed down.
The following object was recorded on September 15th at 9:27 p.m. Eastern Time.
Does a meteor travel that slow? Does it? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not so sure. This was international. This was covered all over the world. I posted it on MUFON, and I found this fucking thing in articles, news articles all over the world. I was like, oh my God. They used my clip. Going back, that's the same one. That's the negative of that. This is, I think, the other one. Oh, that's the same one that I'm going to show you in a minute. Look at this little fucker there. I mean, this is the original clip, by the way. This is the original before I zoom it in. Look at the curve. Look at the curve. Curve, stops, and then gone. Back into space. Look at this fucking thing. Right there. Boom, gone. It's right between the clouds. Look at that. It's turning. You see it in the break of the cloud. It illuminates, which is propulsion. It brightens up. And it's gone. Like fucking Star Trek, warp speed. What the fuck is that? This was 2014. You know, that's... Now, when I zoom into it, you'll see it here. This is zoomed in. Hold on. It's hard to pause it. It's so fucking fast. Okay, there. Look at that. Just look at that. Draw a line around that. What do you make? A triangle. It's got two lights in the back. Or two engines. Or what kind of propulsion. I don't know. And a big one in the front. It's... And, you know, because of the way we're looking at it, we may not be looking at it completely, like, straight at it, flat. But this is crazy. Look at that. And that's real. That's not phony. This is fucking real. What the fuck is that? Do you know that people were so retarded that they said that was a meteor hitting the atmosphere and bouncing back? Can you believe that somebody actually said that? That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. This thing is keeping its formation. It's not like one thing and then little things break away from it. This is... Whatever this is, it's a solid object. Now, I'm not saying it's not a drone, a military drone. Definitely not a civilian fucking drone. This thing was way up there. You saw how small it looked. It was way up there. I'm not saying it's extraterrestrial or interdimensional or whatever the source. All I know is going from that stop position for a split second and then taking off that rapidly, the G-forces would probably kill a human being. Because this thing is just warping. It's just fucking going, gone. Do you know how fast it is go from that point and then pick up the speed it does instantaneously? Look at it. Stop, boom. Look at that. Look how fast it's moving from the point it stops to where it takes off. It's like fucking gone. What the fuck? Does a drone even do that? I mean, this is serious stuff here. And the thing is, people debunk it. It's the funniest thing. Because people don't want to it's like weird. They don't want me to have this clip. Like, you know, it's like, it's almost like fucking jealousy or envy or stupid. It's just stupid. They'll do anything to debunk it or to to try to come up with an answer. Listen, look at the fucking video. Open your eyes and really, what do you see? Really? A meteor breaking up? That is definitely, because the way it curves, that is a craft. It can be a human-made craft or something else, but that is definitely a fucking craft, in my opinion. And I've talked to many people on it, and they all come up with different answers. Like my Russian friend, who I have to communicate with because I haven't talked to him in a while. He was part of the Russian UFO research team. He was actually the head of it, Valerie, in St. Petersburg. And he said, Bill, that's part of what they call the Terminator Project. I was like, what the hell is the Terminator Project? And he says these are drones in space that they use to kill satellites, to take out adversarial satellites, or they use them for other purposes, military purposes. I was like, oh shit. I found that to be an interesting concept, idea, theory. It could be a military drone. It's definitely not an aircraft, not the way that thing moves. It's not an F-35. It's something else. Because like I said, the G-forces, going from that split second where it stops and then taking off at that speed, do you know what kind of G-forces that is? It's insane. It would crush a person. So I'm thinking it's unmanned. There's no crew. Or it's something else. And then there's this one. Like you mentioned about the low clouds. I don't know if it's... which clip it is. I don't know. Unknown object. Maybe it's this one. I don't know. No. That's something else that I captured years ago. I don't even know what this is. This clip. How long is it? It's not this one. Okay, hold on. That one's out of focus too. So it's not trustworthy. It's not. Anything out of focus, I don't trust. Damn it, man. I don't remember. I saw it earlier today. That was an interesting one, but I don't know what the hell that was. But that's not the one. Okay, where is it? Closer look. I don't know what this is. Wait, that's the same one I just played. Okay. Oh, shit. I'm getting all messed up here. Alright, we gotta go down. Because I showed it to somebody earlier. Maybe it's... No, this is the one... The 16th. Maybe it's this one. Nope, that's the one in the clouds. That we just seen zoomed in. Fuck, where is it? It's gotta be in my history because I showed it today. Oh, this is the one in the clouds. I don't know what this is. I don't know what the fuck that is. It's not a helicopter. This was the same night that I captured the thing in the sky too. This is the same night. If you look at the dates, they're the same. But this was earlier. My cameras picked it up. That was the same night, September 18th at 9. And then later that night, after I captured this over my house, I captured the other one. See, that was September 18th, 2014 at 9 p.m. But this one was also September 18th, 2014, later on that night. So was this the same thing? It was over my house low, and then I captured it later up in the fucking sky as it's leaving? It's the same night. 1 minute there's something moving in the right above the clouds, and then this is later on. Was that the same object with that big light that's in front of it there in the clouds? I don't know. But it's the same date, September 18th, 2014. And that's real video. That's not like some Photoshop bullshit or a film with a telephone, even though that was an old SCB 2000 Samsung camera, a CCTV security camera. Now I've got the fucking Sony. If I capture something now, it's a different story. It's going to look much clearer. But still, when something's so high, you still can't, unless you see the features and see it clearly, it's still impossible to say what it is. So you're going to have to capture something that is 100 feet high, 200 feet high, 300 feet high. Anything thousands of feet up, you're not going to know what it is. We're not going to see the details. Even with a great camera, I can't put the zoom on because then we'll only see a little piece of the sky. So I have to do the wide field. But if it flies low enough, game on. So that's why it's very important for me to do my sky watches, even if they're boring. Excuse me, because you never know what you're going to get. And it might be that one night. If you're not looking, you're never going to see it. Like you said, you went outside. What's up, Fantasy? You said you went outside and you were smoking a cigarette, and all of a sudden, you seen it. It's just the way it is. Timing is everything. Saw a huge 5-mile lake in the valley. It was surreal. That had 130 degrees in the summer. It is. It's amazing. We're getting inundated here with so much rain. Oh my God. There's flooding everywhere and all these rivers overflow. Oh my God. I'm glad I don't live near a stream or a river right now. Oh, there people are suffering all around me. We got inches of rain today. And it fell quickly. So there's definitely some flooding going on around this area. Yeah, that's just the way it is. So in a half hour, for most of us, we have to turn the clocks forward. So it'll be 3 a.m. in a half hour for me. It won't be 2 a.m. It'll be 3 a.m. Which means this is going to be a short night. Because it's already going to be 3 a.m. You tried to film on your iPhone, but the images ain't clear. Yeah, I know. The phones are really bad. See, if the phones if they really, really made, and they should, make a really good feature where it has the capability of doing low light, but you're not really going to be able to see it with the phone. Even with the Sony, it's hard. A phone is like ridiculous because it doesn't pick up well in the dark. It just doesn't. You can try to put all the filters you want. It's a phone. Like I said, even with my Sony, it's dicey. So I'm not a big fan of the phones because you got to remember, Excuse me. Even though phones have the built-in stabilization feature, when a person's holding it, they're still moving. And just that holding the phone can change everything that a person's looking at, from their movement of holding it and trying to follow something. Phones are not a reliable source for footage. Now, like we're seeing this stream here, if we've seen something, yeah, or the stream from Hawaii, if you've seen something on that, it's a camera that's in a position, that would be interesting. That's a game changer. Let's see. It's not, the weather's not good in Hawaii tonight. But see, like this, if you've seen something, then pay attention. The aurora's starting to pick up right now. It's frustrating. It really is frustrating. Now, I got my drone. Not that I'm going to be flying the drone at all times. But there are some locations that light just did something. And it's not flickering. It just got bright and dark. The only way that can be handled is through the A word, Alexa. But did you see that? It just got bright and then it went back. Alexa, dim living room light 50%. That's different. But that light just got bright for a second. It was weird. Like a surge. Oh, by the way, Fantasy, the Kings are doing good. They've put themselves in the third slot right now. So the Kings definitely picking up their game. And it's going to be good. The playoffs are looking good, I think, this year. And the Rangers made a few moves, good moves. That should help them in the playoffs. So we'll see. But look at this aurora. It's starting to develop. It's a big cloud in the middle of the screen, but now I don't want to drink no coffee because I'm not staying up. But boy, oh boy, I could use a cup of coffee right now. So yeah, we'll just chill. Enjoy the view for a little while. Like I said, it's going to be 3 a.m. in 29 minutes. I hate this daylight bullshit. Time savings. I hate it. They should do away with it. It's so ridiculous. Just stop it. It's retarded, really. Just leave it alone. Let it be. I really don't like it at all. You have dark images from, you can pause and zoom in to see them. UFO bro, if you want, if you have anything of interest, email them to me. I'll share them. I mean, I can share them with a lot of people. But there are people that I know that I can get opinions from. Mark would be one. But I'm also been in communication with other video analysts. One is in Washington State. I have a few more connections that I was told to show in the event that I capture something of interest. So it's not just Mark. I have more options. And over time, that's how it develops. You know, you develop a network of connections, people you know, or people that know you that say, well, I have someone who does this for such and such company, or TV, or Warner Brothers. It's amazing. Like, you start to meet people like, oh, wow, good to know. If I ever capture something of interest, you'll be the first to know. And the one in Washington State is really, really good. So I love Mark, but he's not my only person I show stuff to now. I want to have multiple opinions. And just see what they say. I want to bring it to the table. And so far I've been surprised. But we need to get it. Look how nice that looks. We need to, please, one day let me get something on that screen that is like, holy shit moment. I would love, and it's not for a personal thing, just for all of us to experience it and say, holy shit. And then, of course, I'm going to share it with the right people. The guy you see on TV, on these News Nation and all that, Ross Coulthart, I have a connection with somebody directly that works with him. If I got something, I'm sending it to that person to show. I know a lot of people. I know somebody knows Grush personally. I won't discuss it, but... And I know someone who's really good friends with Tim Burchett. He's actually a neighbor of Congressman Tim Burchett. If I ever needed to reach out to certain people, I have ways. I could even reach out to Lou Elizondo if I wanted to. I have, and it's not just me as a producer networking all these people. It's like, and I know Race probably goes through the same thing with all the shows he does and his history. When you develop this over the years and you get to know so many people, it's incredible. The networking involved. It's incredible. That's why I am not speaking about anyone. You know I don't do that, Fantasy. I don't. It's really not my place to judge. And when the whistleblower came out, when that whole interview came out on News Nation with Ross and David Grush, that was not the only interview taken at that time. There were multiple interviews, and I don't think they've been released. And that for some reason, they're holding on to it. I know that for a fact. But I'm not going to get more into it. There was actually a couple of days where he sat down and was interviewed. But the public hasn't seen that. I have not seen it either. I know of it because I was told by the person who did it directly. But like I said, I don't want to get in trouble. Damn. He was on the other night with Ryan Graves on Cuomo's show for like a total of 3-4 minutes. Because The report came out. Yes, well, now Friday. The big bullshit report. I have the PDF. The Pentagon report came out saying there is no evidence of extraterrestrial. They did a big thing, and a lot of people are freaking out like this is such bullshit. A lot of people are not buying it, and this is the report. It's available if you find it online. It's available. It's Arrow, and it's Arrow. That's all I'll say. A majority of people in the field are not taking anything Arrow says for worth at all, because it's the Pentagon. But this is the actual report that was released on Friday. Oh my God. March 6th, 2024. Cleared for open publication. Okay. So, declassified, unclassified. And it goes through it all. It even is rehashing the old shit. Look. Everything's on there. Grudge. Project Blue Book. It's almost funny when I see this. It's like the Condon report is there. Oh my God, I can't even take it. But this is the report. And it's Arrow. And there it is. Arrow found no evidence that any United States, I guess that's government, investigation, academic sponsors of research, or official review panel has confirmed that any sighting of UAP represented extraterrestrial technology. So they're saying we don't have it, we are not aware of it, it doesn't exist. Though the whistleblower is saying we have crash, retrieval, craft, even bodies, all this. So they're saying Arrow assesses that if more and better quality data were available, most of these cases also could be identified and resolved as ordinary objects or phenomena. The vast majority of reports almost certainly are the result of misidentification and direct consequence of the lack of domain awareness. There is a direct correlation between the amount of quality available information on a case with the ability to conclusively resolve it. Arrow found no empirical evidence for claims that the government and private companies have been reverse engineering extraterrestrial technology. Arrow determined, based on all information provided to date, that claims involving specific people, known locations, technological tests, and documents allegedly involved in or related to the reverse engineering of extraterrestrial technology are inaccurate. Additional claims will be addressed in Volume 2. So, look, Arrow found no evidence of any authentic UAP-related NDA, which is non-disclosure agreements where they sign, or any other evidence threatening death or violence for disclosing UAP. So, who are they addressing in this? David Grush. They're telling you right here, because this is all the counterpoints against Grush, what he said, that there are people that have died from this in the past, the research they were doing, the involvement. Nobody died. No evidence that anybody was threatening death. Oh, really? Oh, really? I can tell you this right now. I know someone personally that their life was fucking threatened, and now this person has to have a bodyguard. Nobody's been threatened death. That's a lie right off the bat. Are you kidding me? Disclosing UAP information. That is such bullshit. So, and then, because he said at the hearing, that the aerospace companies have the technology and have been working on reverse engineering breakthrough technologies on propulsions based on craft that was retrieved. So they're saying, no evidence of that. We looked. No corporations, no aerospace agencies had this. It's countering everything that Grush said in this document that they released. You could tell by reading it. Additional claims involving specific people, known locations. So it says it right there. Involving or related to reverse engineering, involving specific people, known locations. So when Grush was talking about, well, there are these locations that exist. They're saying these locations don't exist. Tests being done. Documents, because he mentioned, I was provided documents proving. They're saying there's no such documents. But what does Congress know behind closed doors in a classified setting that they seen? It's just a bizarre thing that's going on here. But this is definitely addressed to Grush. To counter everything he said in the fucking hearing. Pretty much saying he's a liar. Or he was misinformed. Or giving him misinformation. By whomever. And believe it or not, there are people that say that. I'm telling you, Grush is who he says he is. There's no doubt about that. The man's credibility is not in question here. The question is the information that was provided to him by who he talked to, supposedly. Is that information reliable? Was he told this on purpose? Was this a setup? That's the big question out there that everybody's talking about. That really is. So they really get into it. The named former CIA official was not involved in the movement of extraterrestrial technology. The same former CIA officer signed a memo rejecting a claim made by interviewees that he managed the movement and experimentation of off-world technology. Look, an alleged 1961 Special National Intelligence estimate that was leaked to online sources and suggests that extraterrestrial nature of UFOs is inauthentic. So, claiming that a former military touched an off-world craft. It breaks it all down. Named companies alleging experimenting. It's totally... This is an interesting read, I'm telling you, if you're into this stuff. So they're trying to close the door on this. They're trying to slam the door on this. Period. Look at this. The interviewees and others who have mistakenly associated authentic, sensitive national security programs with UAP had incomplete or unauthorized access to these programs. Discussion of these programs outside of secure facilities presents a high risk of exposing national security information, meaning what they seen inside a skiff and read documents or whatever, they now took it and discussed it. That's a no-no. So oh shit. Look at this. Arrow assesses that and the inaccurate claim that the US government is reverse engineering extraterrestrial technology and is hiding it from Congress is in large part the result of circular reporting from A group of individuals who believe this to be the case despite the lack of any evidence. They're calling them out. They're saying they're liars. They're full of shit. I mean, the aggregate findings of all U.S. government investigations today have not found even one case of UAP representing off-world technology. So they're not even saying at all. None of it. Zero. Zero. Not one. Zero. So this is really shutting it down. And since the 40s, they say some of these sightings have represented misidentification and never before seen experimental or operational space, rocket, and air systems, including stealth technologies and the proliferation of drone platforms. So they're going to definitely throw that in there. You're seeing a fucking drone. You're seeing some tech that has not been seen before. Experimental aircraft programs, projects, things like that, which I do agree. A lot of it is that. And they hate that UFO. That's why they use UAP. Many of these technologies fit the description as the stereotypical unidentified flying object. It is understandable how observers unfamiliar with these programs could mistake sightings of these new technologies as something extraordinary, even otherworldly. So the Tic Tac, that's ours? I think it is. To be honest, my opinion, that it's ours. Well, what about that? Why don't they address that here? We have reached the conclusion that the so-called Tic Tac is actually our technology. You won't see them say that. They'll never own up, because then they're admitting to the rest of the world that that's ours, and they're not going to let our adversaries, even our allies, know that we had that kind of technology in our hands. It's national security. So look, this is extensive. This is 63 pages. It would take hours to go through each thing and break it down. This is 63 fucking pages. And it's available online. And it's, like I said, they are saying to everybody, Grush, all these people that have been talking are misinformed, inaccurate, or were told things that were not accurate. And the people who so-called leak are leaking sensitive materials, and they're not happy about it, because that was not supposed to be put out there to the public. But he didn't say anything, but they're making the connection in reference to these programs existing. Just not in the way they say it, connected to extraterrestrial. But it's still part of the UAP, which they're saying could be our adversaries doing research. It's a sensitive national security topic. But they're saying it's not otherworldly. There's no evidence that it's extraterrestrial. But then I would ask the question, so if it's not extraterrestrial, do you know who is responsible for making and building these craft if it's not ours? You know what they're going to say? Publicly, at least? No, we don't. So you're saying it's not, there's no evidence, you have no evidence that it's extraterrestrial, but at the same time, there's no evidence. You don't have no evidence that it's not Chinese or Russian or Iranian, North Korean, whoever. You have no evidence? Or you're just not telling us? That's a big difference. And hello to Maggie. Townsend Brown was in the anti-grav toxic. So was the guy that I was talking to, somebody, Eugene. I can't remember his last name. He's Russian. Platnikov. He was working on anti-grav stuff too for decades. And I brought it up in the background of a show. And Martin asked Dr. Brandenburg. Brandenburg told me this 6 years when the whole Tic Tac thing came out. He told me, Bill, and it's funny how he's changed his tune now. He said, Bill, that's ours. Pednikov, I think his name is. The Russians have it too. They've been working on this too. Then he told me about this scientist and how he was at university in Finland and Moscow sent in a team to remove all his research, took it back to Moscow, detained him for a month or so, and then he was able to return back to Finland. He was onto something. But you won't find that in the public forum, but it happened. Eugene Let me see if I find him. Podlaknov, that's him. It's him. This guy. And this is the kind of information that I find out from other people behind the scenes, and it's like, oh shit, who is this guy? And see, skeptics right away had a field day when a scientist claimed in 1990 that gravity could be negated. Now his findings are being investigated in laboratories worldwide. In 1996, Russian scientist Eugene Podlaknov was about to publish a peer-reviewed article in the respected British Journal of Physics, proving, he claimed, that gravity could be negated. Now, I'm not going to pay for this, but he withdrew the article. His university evicted him. He retreated from public eye. That's bullshit. The Russians went in, took his research. He wasn't evicted. He was removed. That's a public. That's a public statement. But let's see, he was in Finland. And this guy was working on this for decades. And let's just say, he made a breakthrough. And they gobbled it up. And they're going to cover it. They'll discredit you. They'll make you look however they need to make you to cover up anything. They will do whatever it takes. That's the bottom line. They will do whatever is necessary. Just like that. And I show this as a reference only to show what the capabilities are. I gotta see if I remember the name. I think it's this one. It's that. It is this. I gotta see if I can find the actual document though. This is just to give you an example. People say, that's bullshit. That could never happen. Oh, yes, it can. But I'm trying to find the documents. There is a site that has it. It's actually been declassified. Years later. It's things that people would never know if they didn't know about it. They wouldn't. Okay, I'm gonna download the PDF. Here it is. I'm saving this shit. So back in the '60s, Cold War, where there was a real threat of a war with Russia, and we all know. Oh shit! I already have it, but yeah, let's do it again. I already had it. This is Operation Northwoods, where we were going to create a false flag event to create a war and start with Cuba. Now, it is insanely, how would I say, it's a creepy similarities to 9/11. And you could just see it for yourself. I'm going to share the PDF on the screen. It's now 3 a.m. Unbelievable. This is an actual unclassified document. This is real. This is not bullshit. This is real. But let me just get down to the meat of this. Where is it? The one that we could blow up a U.S. ship in Guantanamo Bay and blame Cuba. We can blow up a drone in the early 60s. Blow up a drone unmanned vessel anywhere in the Cuban waters. We could arrange to cause such incident in the vicinity of Havana or Santiago as a spectacular result of Cuban attack from the air or sea or both. But that's not the one that gets me. Okay, here it is. Listen to this and listen to how freaky this is. And I'm going to zoom it a little so you guys could read it yourselves. Just look at this. It is possible to create an incident. By the way, Kennedy turned this down completely, which who knows. It is possible to create an incident which will demonstrate convincingly that a Cuban aircraft has attacked and shot down a chartered civilian airliner en route from the United States to Jamaica, Guatemala, Panama, or Venezuela. The destination would be chosen only to cause the flight plan route to cross over Cuba. The passengers could be a group of college students off on a holiday or any grouping of persons with a common interest to support chartering a non-scheduled flight. An aircraft at Eglin Air Force Base would be painted and numbered as an exact duplicate for a civil registered aircraft belonging to a CIA proprietary organization in the Miami area. At a designated time, the duplicate would be substituted for the actual civil aircraft and would be loaded with the selected passengers, all boarded under carefully prepared aliases. The actual registered aircraft would be converted to a drone. Takeoff times of the drone aircraft and the actual aircraft will be scheduled to allow a rendezvous south of Florida. From the rendezvous point, the passenger-carrying aircraft will descend to minimum altitude and go directly into an auxiliary field at Eglin, where arrangements would be made to evacuate the passenger and return the aircraft to its original status. The drone aircraft, meanwhile, will continue to fly the filed flight plan. When over Cuba, the drone will be transmitting on the international distress frequency a Mayday message stating it is under attack by Cuban MiG aircraft. The transmission will be interrupted by destruction of the aircraft, which will be triggered by radio signal. Do you see? They would tell the U.S. that it's happened to the aircraft instead of the U.S. trying to sell the incident. It'll appear that the communist Cuban MiGs have destroyed a U.S. Air Force aircraft over international waters. They have different scenarios here. And this is real. It was called Operation Northwoods. So why I bring this up? Because if they want to do something, anything is possible. Nothing's off the table. Nothing off the realm of possibility of thinking is off the table. They'll do anything they have to. And there you go. I hate to use this as an analogy, but when people say, oh, this can't be possible, that can be, how the hell do you know if they were up to something like this, a false flag to start a war with Cuba? Ask people in Iran and the overthrow when the Shah of Iran took over power and what they did to get that power and for that Shah to be the puppet of the United States before he was overthrown and that whole U.S. embassy thing started. People need to look at how that all started in Iran. You know, there's a lot of things that go on. So anything is possible. Anything is possible. And that is got some creepy, I mean, when I read that, I mean, I think of 9/11. I'm like, oh my God, all these conspiracy theories. But they were planning it in the early 60s. Something with planes and drones and people on board and landing them and having it shot down by MiGs and claiming there were passengers on board and just to go to war with Cuba. That is an actual document. So it has to make people wonder and think. Now, they never carried through with all those ideas they had. Because I believe, I don't know for a fact, I believe that President Kennedy at the time said, no, we're not doing this. And remember, this is coming from people within government, CIA, all the organ alphabets. This is what they're plotting. And then the president says no. They couldn't have been too happy with the president making that choice because they had it all planned out. Makes you wonder. Did that have anything to do with the assassination? I don't know. There's so many theories. But it makes you wonder. And it makes one ask questions. So false flag possibilities are always out there. There's one of them right there that I just showed on the screen. So we have to question. And when it comes to this whole UAP thing, this is how I started this all with that. When they say this is this, this is that, this is this, that's what they're telling us. That doesn't mean that that's actually what's really going on. Because the same way you see something like that, a lot of people don't even know that exists. Or that even was an idea, a concept of creating a false flag to start war with Cuba. Remember Eisenhower's speech. Remember Reagan's speech. I mean, my gosh. So who knows? Who the heck knows? James Forrestal. There's a lot of, doubt and questions about how he died. I mean, there's a lot. What, Mom?
You're not going to believe it. You're going to get mad.
What?
Because you think, it's my fault.
What happened now?
You know the thing for the TV over there?
Uh-huh.
The toy?
Uh-huh.
It fell on the floor.
Uh-huh.
thing came off.
Oh, there's nothing I can do.
Huh?
Where is it?
You could put it together.
Let me see it. You're gonna have to bring me all the pieces.
All the pieces are there.
Let me see it. Bring it to me.
I need this bright light. I can't work.
Alexa, brighten living room light 50%.
This is evil. I have to clean this.
Okay.
Anyway, so there's a lot of questions about this report, and I'm sure the UAP show is gonna go over this extensively on Thursday. This 63-page report released by the Pentagon, which, when I read it, it's totally dismissing Grush and some of the others that are talking and saying this is going on, this is going on. They're saying these people are misinformed. It's always something that goes on in this house, folks. Let me see.
But it's not my fault.
Uh-huh.
If an accident happened, it's not my fault.
Oh, it's broke.
Yeah.
This is bad.
Do you know how to do those things?
I know, but I'm not a miracle worker either.
Okay, let me just get the hell out of here before we turn into an argument, and I don't want arguments in my house. I want to live in peace.
Yeah, this is pretty bad.
Well, wants to order something or whatever, but I want peace in my house. I'm too old now and I'm sick.
Yeah.
I want no problems, arguments.
I don't even know where this goes. So there's a remote in my hand that's in multiple pieces here.
Because it fell on the floor.
Because it fell on the floor.
Exactly. I didn't throw it. It fell. When I was doing the bed.
Get out of your house? Is that what you just said to me?
You just want to argue.
I'm not trying to
I'm
argue.
telling you that, and then you're telling people this and all that. What this is between you and me? You made me sick. I can't live like this.
She can't live like this. I don't think this is right. Or maybe it is. I've got it basically, but I don't think that piece, that little piece, I don't know what that little piece it goes. It feels like it fits there right. This definitely goes there. Okay, that's fitting right in there. This is the one in question. Yeah, that definitely goes like that. There's no doubt about that. That's confirmed. I was always good at building and... But I'm not a fucking miracle worker either. If I can get it together, it just looks severely busted. It's possible, not probable, but possible I can get this to work. But it just looks so fucked up. And I can get replacements for free. They give them to me. That's not a problem. Okay, let's put this down. I may have to do it in the reverse. And put it... Oh shit, I lost a piece. It must be here. It is. Can't believe I'm doing this. Because that's definitely right. So I may have to lay this in here. Okay. Oh, that's what I gotta do. Push it in. Get the buttons in there really good before I put it back together. Okay, this is the one that's giving me the problem right there. Okay. I'm not convinced that that one's in right. Everything else is working right, but this middle one is not. I'm not convinced. Nah, this happens all the time, Fantasy. It's not, this is normal for us. It's not anything different that. Yeah, I think that's what I did wrong. That's upside down. It's been going on all my life. I think this might work. Okay. I just don't like the way these two are sitting. There has to be something missing. It doesn't seem right. Yeah, let me look at my remote. Something's missing. Something's not right. Something's missing. Let me look at the other one. Where is my remote? Where's my remote? I got it. Oh, yeah. There's definitely buttons missing. I knew it. I knew it because it's not sitting right. Yeah, there's definitely pieces missing. I found one. It's dead. It's broken. There's no way. Based on this remote. Oh, hell yeah. There's multiple buttons missing. Let me check one more time. Yeah, there's multiple buttons missing. Just not one. Yeah, that remote's dead. There's buttons missing. This remote is history. It's missing buttons, and who the fuck knows where they are. That thing just exploded. Because I was saying there has to be this is the button for the middle. There's two missing on the top for the power. The other ones are there. But it's the weirdest thing. I mean, I could still possibly make it work. But I gotta go to Verizon and get new ones. I don't think they're open tomorrow. See, this one goes here in the middle. Just like that. I'll tell you. Well, of course it's an accident. It fell on the floor. But, my God. It's gonna do the ultimate smash. The button moved. It's not worth it because I can get these for free. It's just bothering me. You know what I mean? It bothers me. It's like stupidity. Okay, that goes in right. Fuck. Where the hell's the ring? And I have a black counter. So black pieces isn't working well right now. There it goes. Okay. Yeah, it's the two top ones that are missing, but they're still pressable. Okay, that's in. But because it's missing those buttons, it's not sitting in here correctly. just press the color. Let me see if it'll work. All right, so she can go watch TV in the other bedrooms for now. That's not a big deal. She can go watch TV in any room in this house. There's other bedrooms, there's other places to watch a TV. Until I get another remote. It's unbelievable. Oh my God. What a way to... Unbelievable. Alexa, shut off living room light.
Okay.
And the thing is, I had 2 spares remotes. They're gone. She misplaces them. I have 2 extra remotes somewhere in this house. Where? I don't know, but I'm not going to argue about it. I hide my remotes. In the 2 bedrooms, I hide them, and the one here in the living room, I hide. Because what she'll do is, when she misplaces hers, she'll come and grab the other ones. But it doesn't work that way, because they're different TVs, and they are connected differently. This remote's not going to work for that TV. The other bedrooms are not going to work for that TV. So it doesn't work. So I hide them. And she's watching 90 Day Fiancé, so I told her just shut the TV off with the TV remote for now. Like I said, I'm not going out tomorrow. It's going to have to wait till Monday. I got to drive 10 miles to a Verizon where they have the remotes. And they give them to me for nothing. I don't have to pay. But it's the point. Now I got to make the effort to drive 20 minutes to get a freaking remote. Because I'm not using mine. Craziness. Anyway, it is now 3:30 since the clocks went forward. So not much activity going on the screen. This is a good time to say goodnight. Because I just got stressed out. I just got stressed out over this. Anyway, everybody have a great morning, great day, great afternoon, like UFO Bro in Australia. Have a great evening. A Sunday evening now. He's 15 and a half hours ahead? Shit. It's like 7 o'clock at night? Sunday? Where you are? In Australia? It's like 7, close to it, I think. Damn. 7 at night. Forget about it. So anybody who's watching on Trovo, Rumble, wait a minute. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm still on YouTube because I didn't play music tonight. I was like, wait a minute, I'm still on YouTube? Yeah, you didn't play no music. I didn't stop the stream tonight. Anyway, have a great night to everybody. Great morning. Be well, be blessed, be safe. I'm going to rest.